Hey, what's going on, everybody? Cotton here, and I wanted to make a quick little video here going over some of the new rare key and loot spawns that have been added with the beta, because a lot of people, we talked about Shoreline and everything, but we haven't talked about some of the changes that have been made to customs, woods, and factory. The changes aren't too dramatic, but there are some new points of interest now, and the first one would be in customs here. People have been reporting finding weapons in the trunk of this car. Of course, I'm not lucky enough to find one for you guys, but that's going to be your first little stop there. And of course, if you want to go check, the warehouse for the computers upstairs, go for it. But now we're going to head over to the dorms and check for our factory key, and then we're going to look 2 other locations for the factory key. Alright guys, so here we are at the dorms, and there's going to be a couple points of interest here. Your first point being this little guardhouse, this little guard room right here. Now right there next to the TV on the table, that's where you have a chance to find a factory key. It's not always there, but when it is there, it's going to be a factory key. Now I've personally found my factory keys there every single wipe for the past, 5, 6 wipes. I'm not sure how many. I seem to always find it there. And if not, of course, check things like filing cabinets because they have a chance to spawn random keys as well. So then, kind of taking a look at the dorms in a whole, there's not too much in the second building that ever really caught my eye, but if you do happen to have keys for either room 105, 218, or the marked room that's way upstairs, there are chances for some rare items, mainly weapon spawns, to be there. I've never found anything more than an AK, but it's still technically a weapon spawn, so who knows, something bigger could be there. And then, of course, when you come outside, if you have the foldable car key, you're going to want to open the trunk to this white car because there's a grenade box inside. Alright, so now we're going to head over to the center area where the shortcut extract is, and we're going to go through there and check some warehouses for some keys. But on your way to going to the warehouses in the extraction zone, you might want to check out this little metal shed as well. It takes the cabin key to open, and on the left side, inside here, there's a table, and on the ground underneath the table, there's also another weapon spawn there. Again, I've never found anything more than an AK in there, but again, there could always be a chance there could be a Val or an M4 sitting in there. But let's go ahead and head to the extraction area now, and we're going to loot some of these warehouses up for some rare items. Okay, guys, so we just came through the shortcut over here, and there's going to be a couple areas that we're going to want to check out once we come in here. So I'm going to start from the far right, and we're just going to work our way left. So to the far right, we want to go to the rear gas station exit. There's going to be 2 points of interest back here, and these are some of the biggest ones in my opinion. This is your chance to get things like the document bag, the wallet, the pistol cases. I've even actually seen 308 ammo back here, so let's go check this out. Now, of course, you can check Loot Van. There's always gun parts on the ground. Nothing too rare, though. This video is about finding the ultra-rare stuff. So again, guys, as you watch this, I'm not saying these are the only places on customs you should check out. I'm just saying these are some of the more rare loot areas that are going to have some serious high-dollar items for you. So back here, just behind the gas station exit, there's this concrete pillar. And in the pillar is a medical bag, which is all good if you're a scav and you need meds. But many people don't know that on the ground over here to the left of it is this little spawn area, and it's so crazy random. Like, look at this right now. There is a T-plug here. Not sure why. But there is a chance for a weapon to spawn on the ground right here. And I've also found things like wallets and document bags on the ground right over here where this T-plug is. This is also where you'll find random ammunition sometimes. I've even found DVL 308 ammo here, so keep that in mind. But now we're going to want to go inside the gas station, and we're going to want to check the table. The table inside here also has a weapon spawn, and it has a chance to have things like wallets, the document bag, rare gun parts. The table here, nothing. Because if you recall, on my customs guide video, there was a Val sitting on this table. But check everywhere. There's a little muzzle brake for an M4. There's an AK mag. There's some ammo. Check on the ground, too, because sometimes things have a chance when they spawn that they'll, bounce and they'll fall onto the ground. Check the couch as well. Sometimes you find weapon parts on the couch. Looks like there's nothing in here right now, so let's just move along. So then our next stop now, as we leave the exit area, is going to be this warehouse right here on the right. You can actually get to it right back here. There's a back door. And when you come in here, you're just going to want to take a right, and there's a shelf. Now, this shelf has been where I have found more wallets than anywhere else in the game. and they usually sit right here. No wallet this time, but that's okay. Sometimes there's a grenade sitting right here. We got glasses on the floor. Actually, I'll just go ahead and take them. Shit. And then, of course, if you look at these shelves, there's always random stuff over here. That's not a bad score, actually. Condensed milk. You can sell that for about 7 grand, or you trade 2 of them for a PSO. But there's always random things. There's also a jacket right here. And this locker, I've never seen anything in there, but who knows. But now we're going to go ahead and exit to the door on the far right over here. And we're going to go to this warehouse on the right. We're just going to keep moving on from warehouse to warehouse. Easiest way to go probably is just around the back of the train over here. There's a box you can jump on. You can just get up in here. If my fat bear will get up, there we go. Now, this is a good warehouse just because if you're a scav and you need meds, this van usually spews meds. There's some painkillers, bandage. But this shelf on the wall over here, these lockers, people have reported finding keys here. I've personally never found one. Usually there's food when I look here. But people have reported random key spawns here. So check that on your way to the next warehouse. So we're going to go ahead and exit out the front of this one here. And we're going to take a right and go through the wall. So as we're coming through the wall here, you're going to see this warehouse in front of us. Not too much going on in this warehouse, actually. I mean, there's obviously random loot in there you can score, but it's not one of our points of interest. We're looking for this warehouse just behind there. And now, if you want, on the way into the warehouse, a lot of people don't know, there's some computers in the back of this van that you can loot. I've only been able to actually grab one of them, though, because there's 2 of them in there, as you see. But it's hard to get him to search. You can search that one by walking, but I've never been able to get him to search the other one, even by leaning. So there's some computers in there if you can loot them up. But this warehouse now, there's 2 different key spawns in here, and they're both very, very important. So when we come in, our first stop is going to be the shelf on the left. And there's a key there. Now, this is like a random key spawn. Any kind of key can be there, but there's usually always a key here. And 315, I don't even remember what's in that room, so I obviously don't care about it. But then more importantly now, there's a set key spawn on the couch over here behind this dead guy. It's not there right now, but whenever it is there, it's going to be right there on the couch, you know, right about there. There's going to be a key sitting there, and that's going to be your military checkpoint key. Now, that's going to break you into the scav checkpoint that's on the other side of the wall over here, and there's grenade boxes and weapon spawns inside there. And also, while you're here, you might as well search this guy, because he has a chance to give you filters, which can pop you helmets. Also, a toolbox over here, and just in case you need, like, sets of tools or whatever. Let's go ahead and open this door. And that about does it for customs, guys. Just keep in mind that you should also always be checking scav pockets and backpacks because they also have a chance to spawn keys. But yeah, if you do find the military checkpoint key on that scav, you just come through the wall right over here. And it will open up the locked door. But this area is pretty heavily guarded. You'll notice every time you come over here, there's usually 3 or 4 scavs. I'm in offline mode with no scavs right now. But yeah, military checkpoint key right over here. Let's just see if there's a weapon in there. Then we're going to jump on over to Woods and check it out. Yep, no weapon, but there's usually weapons on this shelf. Ammo box here, grenade box here. So as you can see, pretty good loot spawn. But let's go run over to Woods now, and I'm going to show you where I've been finding at least flash drives. Woods hasn't changed too awful much, but we're going to go check it out. Alright guys, so here we are on Woods, and most people already know about all the bunkers and the underground things in the woods. We're gonna head straight to the actual lumber yard over here, and within there's a couple of points I want to show you. Mainly, it's the Yotoda, or the pickup truck that you can unlock the driver's side door to, as well as the campsite that spawns flash drives. So let's go ahead and head over there. So while I'm jogging over there, I feel like I should tell you boys, Woods isn't really known for, like, having as many rare spawns as Customs does, you know, spawning all the keys and the weapons. But to me, Woods is where you come to make money. because wood seems to be the easiest place for me to farm the AI, you know, fill your backpack up with the weapons, take them home, make 100 grand easy. Also, woods is where I've been finding a lot of helmets lately. I seem to run into more scavs that have helmets on woods than any other maps. So whenever I need helmets, I usually come into woods and I just try to long range kill all the scavs, or I'll come in on my scav and just, you know, go find an AI that has a helmet. Easy peasy. But we're almost to the lumber camp here, so once we get over there, we're going to start unlocking some stuff. So as we come up on the lumber camp here, I mean, most people know that this little house right here usually has meds and food in it. It's a good little place to stop if you're a scav and you're wounded. But we're going to head over here and use our Yotoda key. There's a pickup truck right over here just past this rock, and if you have the... It kind of looks like the foldable car key, but it says the Yotoda or the Yoda car key. It unlocks the driver's side door to this truck, which has a weapon spawn in it. Now, usually when I open this, I find shotguns or shotgun shells, but it's something, you know? It's like, you know, sometimes there's a weapon here. And we got nothing. Wow, this is the best video ever. The game's RNG just won't give me nothing to loot. But yeah, sometimes I've found them both in conjunction as well. There'll be like a pump shotty on the seat, and then shotgun shells next to it. So it's almost like, you know, here's a weapon and, you know, some ammo. So it's not that bad. But then we're going to want to go over here to the far side of the camp. And again, I'm not telling you these are the only places you should loot. There's crap everywhere, you know, like this middle house has a safe over here, stuff like that. But right now, I'm just talking about rare items again. You know, again, there's a weapons crate on the back of that truck right there. I never really found anything in it. But on the diagonal side of the camp over here, just when you get kind of close to the shore up on the hill, there's a little campsite. And I've been finding flash drives there, right inside of the tent. Not like inside the tent, but right where you would step into it. So let's go run right over here real quick. Alright, here we go. This little tent right here. Now, when you come over here, usually you're going to find food and meds as well, which is always a good thing. Some of the food on the ground, like condensed milk, cigarettes, whatever. But right in here is where I've been finding flash drives lately. Now, of course, there's not one here, but they'll be right on the ground right here. We got some juice instead, which, you know, who can argue with good juice? So there's not really much else in terms of rare items in woods. I mean, of course, you can head right over here to the loot cabin. Usually weapon attachments in there, going to be a few scavs. And of course, there's the little checkpoint in the road over there where you can also score some meds if you need, if you're a scav. But we're going to jump on over to factory now because factory's got quite a couple little weapon spawns in there. That's why so many people farm it. Alright guys, so once we're in factory, there's really no lie. All the action happens on the second and third floor of the offices over here. So let's go ahead and jump on up here and just get cracking. Now, of course, there's green boxes everywhere you can loot, but again, we're talking the rare stuff. So let's start in the bathroom here. First off, there's a chance for a weapon to be either in this locker or this locker. I believe it's this one. So check, you know, these lockers first. And then always check this locker as well. I've been finding things like gold chains in here lately, but you know, there's a Zippo there right now, you know, for the poop video. But then as you come on through, there's usually a key right here. That key will always be the same thing. It's the little metal locked shed that's over on the other side of the factory. Don't really need it, but meh. And again, most of these lockers can have stuff in them like meds. So let's go ahead and come on over here, one more aisle. Now again, check these lockers for weapons. There's a chance that one can spawn, I think it's either this one or that one. But I haven't seen one there in a while. Usually it's either on that side of the factory or it's going to be right over here, which is inside of one of these. Yeah, there's a mag there right now. There is a chance for a weapon to spawn there. So check, and like, while you're in here, check all these lockers, because there's just crap everywhere. There's also a spawn on the floor right here. There's nothing there right now, but sometimes you'll find meds there or food. Inside these lockers, yep, there's some meds. So you should really be checking inside all these lockers. It's usually good stuff. But in terms of the weapons, yeah, it's going to be either on this side or the other side. But let's go ahead and go upstairs now. And now this room, unfortunately, you do need a factory key to access. That's what unlocks it, but there is a weapon spawn in here. And it's gonna, oh, and look at that. There's an AK, see? Yoink. But that won't always be an AK. Sometimes it could be an M4, sometimes it could be an AS Val at the very rarest. But it'll always at least be an AK or a shotgun. I've seen shotguns there too. And then you're going to want to check on the floor. Sometimes there's ammo down here. Inside of this blanket, sometimes there's ammo. There's sometimes tools on the floor by the chair. And you have a jacket. And now this shelf right here has been amazing to me lately. Look at that. There's an M4 suppressor just sitting there. This shelf, I have found 2 AS Vals on, and I have found like 3 of those GM counters, which you need to trade to get more AS Vals. So this shelf has been a godsend. This shelf I've also had good luck with, but it's with finding filters. I've been finding a lot of filters on this shelf, which you trade for helmets. So again, good stuff. And also there's a chance for crap to be on the floor here, and sometimes you might find meds on the floor right here in front of the weapon shelf. But then when we go into Breach Room now, I mean, last patch, there used to be a weapon spawn on the floor right here. I haven't seen one in beta yet, but it's always worth checking. Because even when you come in this room, usually you find this, which is the SV98 ammo, and it sells for really high money. And then, a lot of people don't know this, but when you walk over here, sometimes there's a grenade wedged in between the chairs or under the back of this chair. There'll be a grenade you can loot. It's not always there, but a lot of people don't see it just because you come in here, you grab the med, and then you go. And then, of course, the room right next to it, the main office. You got a safe in here and some filing cabinets. Filing cabinets are worth it because of the random chance to find keys, filters, gold chains. Jackets also have a chance for gold chains. But yeah, guys, that's going to basically do it here for all the rare loot spawns. Again, I'm not saying these are the only areas you should loot. There's a lot of points of interest on Factory. I just wanted to go over some of the more, you know, better places in the beta now where they've added things like weapon spawns and key spawns. So I hope you all enjoyed this, and I'll see you all in the next one.